Hey guys, welcome back to ZoomNets to the email marketing training video. In this video, we're going to be talking about generating traffic that you can send to your opt-in page so that you can collect the emails and then do the follow-up email marketing campaign. So far, we had everything set up with our email automation. We have the opt-in pages set up and then the links and all that set up. So now we just need to figure out how we're going to send traffic to our opt-in page. And to send traffic, I want to explain to you that there are two types of traffic that you can send, right? It all comes down to these two. You have free traffic and then it's paid traffic. Your free traffic is basically your blogs, your YouTube videos, Instagram posts, Facebook posts, TikTok, Twitter, and social media. Is really just content creation. That's all it is. It's your free traffic, or they also call it organic traffic, right? So basically, you're not spending any money. You're creating content for people to consume, and then funnel them into your opt-in page where you're giving them away something of value in exchange for their email so that you can follow up and then get in touch with them. So, and the reason why you want to have an email list instead of just relying on the social followings or whatever the audiences that you have on these platforms, because these platforms, you don't own these audiences, right? So anytime you get banned or these platform bans you, now you lose all your audience. That's why you want to be collecting the emails from these audiences at the same time. But if you're trying to generate traffic, creating content is a great way to generate traffic source and then send traffic to your opt-in page. And then you also have your paid traffic, which are your Google ads, Facebook ads, native ads, Bing ads, TikTok ads. So any ad platform is your paid traffic, right? So you're basically paying these platforms to just get in front of people instead of having to create the content and kind of just bypassing all the work, right? So you're just paying money to get in front of them. Now I'm gonna highlight the pros and cons of each of these traffic sources. So the first start, I want to highlight the pros and cons of free traffic. So the pros of free traffic, of course, is free. So you don't have to spend money to create content. You can just create content and then get people to come to your traffic source and then come into your email list. Then it also has a compounding effect. So anytime you create content on the internet, say on YouTube, blogs, or Instagram, whatever, over time, your post is still gonna have reach even after you create it. So over time, people are still gonna see your post, and the more you post regularly of this free content that you're posting, the more traffic that you're gonna generate to your offer, to the whatever it is that you're promoting. So it has that compound effect. And then it also builds trust as well, because a lot of the time when people are opting into these opt-in pages from the free traffic, usually is after they consume your content. So they have some level of trust with you already. So they come in and come to your ecosystem familiar with your work. So they already trust you. Now the cons of this is obviously is slow, right? So it takes a long time for you to build up the audience and build up that traffic, and then come in, and then you have to constantly be creating content, right? And then also you also have to deal with a changing algorithm. So a lot of the platforms will change the algorithm, and then your reach will kind of drop over time. So you have to adjust and adapt to the algorithm to continuously get the traffic. And then also you have competition. In some platforms, you're gonna have a much bigger competition than other platforms. So for example, blogging, right? Just to rank up number one on Google for blogging, you're gonna just have a lot of competition to rank up, because writing a blog is really easy. Now, in some platforms, like for example YouTube, it might not be as much competition, because it takes the barrier to entry to creating a YouTube video is a little bit harder than just writing a blog. So you're gonna have a lot less competition on a platform like YouTube versus a blog or even Instagram. You're posting something on Instagram, say for instance, like posting something on TikTok, right? TikTok is a video sharing platform, whereas Instagram you can still share a video, but most of the posts on Instagrams are photos. So if you're just posting photos on Instagram or image content, it's just easier to post those things. So now you're gonna have a lot more people posting, and that creates more competition. Whereas it's a little bit more work to create a video and post it, right? and added all that stuff. So on TikTok, you might have less competition than you have on Instagram. So it's just all about how much work goes into producing that content, right? The more work that it requires for you to produce that content, then you're gonna have less competition in that realm and in that field. And the less work there is, then you're gonna have more competition, right? So just to keep that in mind. Now let's talk about paid traffic, and let's talk about the pros and cons of paid traffic. So the first thing is for the pros is that it's fast. You can get traffic to your offer, whatever it is that you're promoting, really fast, right? You can get a lot of traffic, you can have a lot of reach really fast. And you're just basically paying to get in front of people. So these platforms are just gonna put you right in front of the people, and it's really laser targeted as well. So they figure out a way to really find the right people to target and show the ad to as well. And then also scalability. Once you, because how laser targeted some of these ads are, once you figure out who the right target audience is, when you have enough data and pixel data, you can scale really fast, and you can scale and you can get more people into your email list. Now the cons of obviously is it's gonna cost money, right? You have to spend a lot of money, and then you have to continuously spending money. Once you turn the ads off, now your traffic flow stop completely, right? And then the lack of trust, of course, because a lot of the time people, when they see an ad, they don't really trust you, they don't really know you, they're just being like, especially if you're on Facebook, right? Some people are just coming across your ads, so they don't know you. You're kind of pretty much like a door-to-door salesman at that point. They're not searching for this solution, so they're not looking for it. So they just come across your ad, and then they found it enough interesting that it clicks on it. But a lot of time people just scroll past the ads because they know it's an ad, right? So that's another thing with ads, is it doesn't build as much trust as a content that is being produced. So just that's something to keep in mind. So now I'm going to show you guys how to build your email list using Facebook ads. And the reason I'm going to show you using Facebook ads is because it's the fastest way to build your email list, and it's also very laser targeted. So you can optimize and then target the right people to come into your email list and build your email list really fast. Now, of course, you can do it other ways, like the organic way, which is creating content, but I don't think I need to show you how to set all that up. You can figure that out on your own. All you have to do is just create content for those platforms that you're going to be promoting on. But for the people out there that wants to build the email list fast using paid ads, this is the fastest way. So I'm going to show you guys how to run Facebook ads using paid ads. Now, a couple things you need to keep in mind before we build our Facebook ad is that we need to get familiar with the ad copy. So this is an example of a Facebook ad copy. And what we need to do is, first is the image or a video. So we need to have an image or a video for the copy. Then we need to have our primary text on the top, and then the headline, and then the description. And of course, we also need to have our URL for our opt-in page as well. But this is how the ad format is going to look, right? So before we can even go in and set up our ad inside of the Facebook Ad Manager, we need to first have an image or video, and then a primary text, a headline, and a description. So we're going to go ahead and create those first before we even set up our Facebook ad. Okay, so to create our Facebook ad, we need to be creating the ad copy that's going to direct them to this page, which is our opt-in page. So we need to make sure that our ad copy have elements of this page, right? So our opt-in page says that we're going to be giving them away a free instant access to a 2-in-1 folding picnic table plan, right? So we need to have some images and some headlines from here included in our ad copy. It's better if you have a video as well. So now for my opt-in page, I've already created a video. So this is the folding picnic table. So I've already kind of like did this whole entire video myself. Just kind of, cutting using CapCut or all these video editors. So you can find the video and then just cut and speed it up and then make a little video like that. And then you need to create a headline, primary text, and description. So this is going to be pretty simple. All you're going to do is for the primary text, you're going to have, say, download free plan for 2-in-1 folding picnic table. And you can just say something like simple to make over a weekend. Something like that. Okay. And then the headline, free plan download. And then description, we just say 2-in-1 picnic table. And that's it. That's your ad copy. And then you have the video. So we're gonna use this video with these headlines and then create the ad copy inside a Facebook ad. Okay, so we are now inside of our Facebook account and we're gonna go into Ad Manager. Okay, so before we can set up our Facebook ad to capture our emails, what we need to do is we need to first set up our Facebook pixel. And because if you have your pixel set up, what's good is going to do is that anytime somebody comes into our ad and comes to our opt-in page and then enters their email address, Facebook is going to recognize that opt-in and is going to try to find other people that are most likely to also give us the email address. So the more data that Facebook collects, the better it's going to be at finding other targeted audiences out there that are more similar to the ones that just opt into our email list, right? So we want to make sure that our pixel is set up so that our conversion rates are, and the cost of acquiring these leads are going to be lower and lower every time. So that's what we're going to do is set up our Facebook pixel. So to do that, we need to go into our Events Manager. So you're going to go to this tab on the left right here and then go to Events Manager. Once you're inside of your Events Manager, you're going to go to Data Sources. Okay, so you should see something like this, like a chart and then the database and all that stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to do Add Events. Then we're going to do Add New Integration. And on here, there's different options that we can use to set up our pixel. We're going to use this embed code snippet setup, and then we're going to do a manual setup. And it's really easy. So we can do get started. And then we need to go to install base code. So we're going to copy this base code. So this is the base code that you need to have it inside of your browser. And where are you going to put that? We're going to go back to Go High Level to your opt-in page, which is this font right here. And then you're going to go into the settings and then you're just going to paste that into the head tracking code and then just save from there. But we're not done yet. So that's just the base code. We need to set up our event code as well, or event setup. So what that means is that we're going to go back to our Event Manager, then just click, and then we're going to go and open Event Setup Tool. And then we're going to enter in the URL that anytime the event, whenever they get to a certain page in our opt-in page, that event is triggered. So basically it means is that when somebody enters their email, what event is going to be triggered is basically the event is going to be capture lead, right? The lead event is going to be triggered. And what page do they need to be on for them to trigger that event? Well, the page that they need to be on is the thank you page. So imagine this, right? If somebody come to this page and after they enter their email, they're going to be taken to the thank you page, which directs them to go back to check their email, right? So if they're on that thank you page, that means that they've already entered the email. So we need to take this URL off this thank you page. We're going to copy this URL and then we're going to go back into our Event Manager. We're going to paste this and we're going to open the website. And then you'll see right here, it says Facebook Event Setup Tool. And it asks whether you want to set up a tracking button or a URL. So what that means is that we're going to track the URLs. So anytime somebody comes to this page, it automatically signals to Facebook that, hey, they've already entered the email and this is count as an event for a lead. Now we don't need to choose any value because this is if they made a purchase, then you can put a value, but they didn't make any purchase, so we're just gonna keep that blank and I'm just gonna hit confirm. So now we've created an event setup inside of this page. So anytime somebody enters their email, get to this thank you page, then it's going to trigger the lead event, which lets Facebook automatically knows that there has been a lead that's created, and then they're gonna optimize based on that pixel data. So it's pretty simple. Another thing I will set up just in case is track a button. So what this means is that you want to track this button. So I'll put this right here. This button leads to the affiliate offer page. So we can also optimize for once not only people who opted in, but also the people who press this button to go to the affiliate offer page. And we can select an event. So you can select whichever event you want to select. That's, you just need to remember what is the event that you selected, right? So I'll just select add to cart as an event. So anytime the event add to cart happen, it automatically signals to me that someone has clicked this button and then went to the sales page of the affiliate offer that I'm promoting. And then you just hit confirm. So now we have two events set up. Because we can't put our pixel onto the sales page of the affiliate offer that we are promoting, we have to put the event pixel onto the button itself. So that way, at least we can track that action step. This is why I like using Facebook ads, because Facebook allows you to do that. If you do it in other platforms, it's going to be a little bit trickier, where you have to sign up for like a third-party tracking tool, whereas Facebook, they offer you this tracking tool, so it just makes things easier for you to scale and optimize and build your email list this way. So we're done here, and we're just gonna go back to Event Manager and then just hit cancel, and then we just go back to our Ads Manager. Okay, so now we are ready to set up our Facebook ad to generate leads. We've already set up our Facebook pixel and in the event manager, and we already have our Facebook ad copy, the videos, the headline, the images, and all that stuff. So now we just need to create our Facebook ad campaign. So we're gonna go ahead and create a new campaign. And from here on the Facebook ad campaign objective, we're going to be choosing leads. So this is the objective that we're going to be doing, is to create leads, right? And then from here, you can have two options, which is the tailor leads campaign or the manual setup. I'm going to go with manual setup because that's what I'm already familiar with. And also it's just going to give you more control over how you want to set up your campaign versus letting Facebook do all the thing, right? So we're going to continue with that. Okay, so now we are here inside of our campaign setup, and we're gonna give a name for our campaign. I'm just gonna call this DIY email opt-in campaign, and I'll just call this cold traffic. For special ad categories, we're just going to leave this. We're not going to touch that. Campaign detail, we're not going to touch that. Lead objective, we already chosen that. A/B testing, we're just going to keep this turned off. And then advantage budgets, basically what this means is that we're going to have this turned on. Okay, and what this means is that we're going to control the budget of how much we're going to spend at the campaign level. So there's different levels here, right? So you have the campaign level and you have the asset level, and then you have the ad level. So what this means is that at the asset level, you are controlling who you're going to target, what audience you're going to be targeting. And then at the ad level, you're controlling what they're going to see, whether it's a video, image, what kind of headlines. So you can have multiple different targeting, which means multiple different ad sets, and you can have multiple different ads within each of those ad sets. Okay, so but what we're going to do is when you turn on the advantage campaign budget, Facebook is going to distribute that $20. So you can set whatever amount you want to spend. So I'll have it start off at $20, but Facebook is going to distribute this money evenly across all the different assets. And then depending on which asset is performing best, it's going to start spending more money allocated to the asset that's going to be performing better, right? So it's going to just kind of the algorithms is going to figure out which one is performing best, and it's going to spend accordingly to that. That way you don't have to go in and manually turn off and increase ad budgets here and different here and there. You can just let Facebook do the work by setting it at the campaign level, okay? And then we're just gonna hit continue, next. So now this is the asset level, and we're gonna call this audience 1. So this is gonna be our first audience. And then we're going to do conversion location. So we're going to be sending traffic, generating traffic lead through our website and not through the messenger. Okay, so there's other options like instant forms, messengers, calls, app. So, but we want to generate it through our website because we're going to be sending it to our website, and then they're going to be entering the email. Okay. If we do it other ways, we're not going to be able to send out the automatic email on the back end to send them their lead magnets. That's what we really want to do, is we want to have them open our first email. Okay, so we're going to choose website, and then number of conversions, maximize conversion. We'll have the pixel, and then choose the event. We're going to go and choose lead. Now we're going to have this section right here says dynamic creative. What this means is that within each ad, you can have multiple images and multiple different videos and multiple different headlines. And by turning on the dynamic creative, what it's going to do is that Facebook is going to mix and match different ad videos and images with different headlines and descriptions and see which combination works the best, and then show it to a specific set of audience who's going to respond differently to the different combination, and it's going to optimize based on the combination. So when you have the dynamic ad creative turned on, you can insert multiple different images and headlines, and then have them all create multiple different variations and formats. For this demonstration, we're just going to keep it turned off because we only have one headline, one description, and one video, right? But if you have more than one, which I recommend, testing out different ones. So I recommend having it turned on. You can set it all up and have multiple different ones. But for this demonstration, we're just going to have it turned off. And then we're going to go to the schedule. We'll leave this just as it is, basically just telling us when to start the campaign. We're just going to start as soon as we finish the setup. The audience, now we're going to choose the audience, okay? So for custom audience, we're not going to choose anything because we don't have enough pixel data. It's just we're going to treat this as a brand new campaign. So we need to target based on interest. Okay, so right here, what we're going to do is we're going to type in an interest, because the what we're promoting is a picnic table that free download is a woodworking product. So I'm going to type in and find woodworking interest. So right here, woodworking craft enthusiast. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and choose that one interest. Now, depending on what you're promoting, you're gonna want to choose that. You don't want to do woodworking if you're promoting a weight loss offer or a diet plan, right? So depending on your offer, you want to choose based on that interest. Okay, so just kind of think of accordingly what you think might work within your niche. And then for behaviors, we want to add a behavior for demographics. And I'm going to go to right here, it's a financial income. And this is going to allow us to pick out the household income within a set area. So like right here, it says in the top 10 to 20%. I want to choose top 10 to 20%, 25%, and then 5%. This is going to give us, only show the ad to people who have money, right? So that way you're not wasting, your ad budget showing to people who can't purchase your product. And then for location, I'm just going to choose just one location. Just keep it as United States. You want to just start off with just one country because you want to get as much data as possible for that one country. And then once you have that, you can optimize for that. And that's going to be later helpful for your optimization. And then next, you have your placement. So basically, placement is where your ad is going to be shown. Okay, so I'll give you an example right here. Sometimes it might show up on a feed, it might show up in a story, it might show up in the stream side of the video or search results. We want to let Facebook decide where it's going to show up and just kind of, you know, figure it out on its own. We don't want to do any manual placement. We would just want to do, this is, it used to be called automatic placement, right? So we're just going to let the Facebook machine figure out where it thinks is the best place to show up our ad on, okay? And then we're just going to hit next. Now we are in the ad level, and we're going to go ahead and just name our ad. I'm just going to call this ad copy 01, okay? And then we're going to pick our Facebook page. Now, you want to be running your ad from a Facebook page instead of your own personal page. So if you don't already have a dedicated Facebook page to run your ad from, you want to go ahead and create a Facebook page first, okay? I'm not going to show you how to do that. You can kind of figure that out on your own. It's really easy. And then if you want to connect to your Instagram account, you can also do that as well. I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then, but it will still show up on Instagram as an ad though. You don't need to connect to your Instagram account. And then we're going to do create ad, source format. We're just going to keep all of this the same thing. And then add media, I'm going to add a video. So this is the video that I've already created. So I have it uploaded. Just going to hit next. Next. Sometimes you might have to optimize it by, you know, changing the formats a little bit. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to continue on. And then for the headline, we're just going to copy and paste all of this headline right here. So this is the primary text, basically saying download free plan for 2-in-1 folding picnic table, simple to make over a weekend. And then you're going to have your headline right here. So that was the primary text, and this is the headline. And then this is the picnic table description. All right. So you can see right here on the side, this is what your ad is going to look like. You have your primary text up here, and then you're going to have your headlines down here. So it's not popping up yet. So this is the URL website. So this is where our opt-in page is, okay? So we want to go back, and here is our opt-in page, which is this one. I'm going to copy this URL, and then I'm going to paste this in here. Okay. And then you can see the preview right here. This is what our ad looks like. Languages, we're going to keep that just fine. Facebook pixel all set up. And then that's it. You're done. So you have your email, you have your campaign, and then you have your ad set, and then your ad copy. And then you can create multiple ad sets. So what I can do is I can just duplicate this, right? We're just going to do existing campaign, which is this one. We just create it and duplicate. So now you have two ad set, and we're going to call this audience 2. And what we're going to do is we're just going to change the targeting here. So right here, the targeting is woodworking enthusiasts. We're going to change this, and we're going to call this DIY, right? So now we have two different audiences. One is interested in woodworking, the other one is just DIY. And see, we're going to basically showing them the same ad copies, but it's just two different audiences, and then we're going to see which one performed better. And that's how you want to set up your campaign. You want to set up multiple different ad sets and multiple different ad copies. And then once you're all done, you just hit publish, and then that's it. So I'm just going to keep this as draft because I'm not going to publish this. I already have some ad running, but that's it. That's all you need to do is just publish it, and then you're going to wait for a few hours for Facebook to approve your ad. And then once it's approved, sometimes it might take a few hours. Sometimes it might even take a whole day, depending. Like if it's a brand new account, it might take a while for them to approve it. especially if it's a brand new campaign. It might take a while for them to approve it. But once it's done, and you're gonna start running your ad, and then you're gonna start getting those leads, and then just Facebook is just gonna automatically optimize. And then once you have enough leads, you just make, you have all your back end stuff set up, and then you're just gonna start seeing sales from there. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video and the training course we put together for email marketing. If you made it all the way to the end, if you're watching this, I really appreciate you watching all the way through. Give us a like and subscribe and hit that notification button if you got a ton of valuable information out of this. And make sure to also check out our other videos as well. We have a ton of videos on affiliate marketing, as well as we'll be creating more videos on sales funnels, marketing funnels, and just generating traffics, tips and tricks, things like that. So make sure you follow us on YouTube, and then we'll be posting more regularly as well. But I'll see you guys in the future videos. Take care.